Right. What I'm doing now, I'm just wetting my paper. I think, yeah, I wet it all the way down, and I just missed that path out because I don't want no blue in that path. I don't want me, when I put my cream colour on, it to turn green. So I'll just bring that blue all the way down. I don't worry about it. And I just missed that path out because that's going to go a creamy colour. So that's my sky in. Then I'm just blending out now, just blending all that blue out. Oh yes, look at that, lovely. Nice little sky, simple as out. You couldn't get more simpler than that, could you, for a sky? I tell you this, it's a lot easier than what you think. If you think you can't paint, I'm telling you now, you can. It's a lot easier than what you're thinking, yeah? So pick your brushes up and a little go in it. Right, all I'm doing now, I've got some yellow. That yellow's going to mix with that blue, look, you can see it already, and it's toning green. See, yellow's hitting that blue, toning green. This is wet in wet, so that you're going to get a soft edge. This is just blocking in roughly where my trees is going to go. So that's like, I'll be glazing sort of another layer, or I'll probably be what's called stippling another layer on, actually, on top of this lot. There you are, look. These are going to be some sort of pine type trees on this side. My light's going to be coming in from right hand side, casting a shadow off of these. Right, nice shadow casted off of these and coming across the land, and that'll flow with the flow of the land, so you can see that it's sort of slightly, that land's going to be slightly downhill. There I am, just blocking in the land now. That's going to be some grass, gracious, some gracious. We're on it, innit? Thought I'd talk a bit about evolutions as well today while I'm painting, because I've been thinking about it. Evolutions, and our animals change, you know what I mean? They change into different stuff, and I'm thinking, right, some animals, what's probably not even properly evolved now, you know what I mean? Not all animals are like, take for example, right, oh look there, I'm just putting in my path there. I've put that cream colour in, look, and then I'm blending it all out, making it look nice. Niceness. There you are. Niceness. But yeah, not all animals, right, have probably finished evolving. Now, thinking about this, right, whales. I don't think whales have finished evolving. I think whales, right, they're wanting to be land animals. And I think I've got proof, right? How often does you get beach whales, yeah? A whale is a massive fish, right? But obviously it wants to be a mammal, doesn't it? It's like coming out, and you get these beach whales, and what do we keep doing? We keep pushing them back in. So maybe they're never going to evolve into land animals because of us interfering. Every time we're pushing them back in, probably ruining it for them, you know what I mean? Probably ruining it for them. Right. Oh, this now, I've used a red blue colour for this. So it's a cold colour, cooler colours. Look farther away, you know what I mean? Far, not like farther like your dad. Further away. Yeah. I think I blend a bit of green in on one side. But yeah, that'll look distance. I'm trying to get a three-dimensional look. So that'll look nice and distant. Look at it. Can you see now? It's already looking distant. I haven't done this, but I've just had a thought. You could dab. Oh, I'm blending it with water. I'll blend it with water, look. Bit just clean water. And I'm blending it to fade it out. But if you didn't do that, if you just coloured it in, you could dab it with a bit of tissue and fade it out a bit like that and all. But look at that. Niceness. I'm thinking about humans, right? have they evolved properly yet? And I'm thinking, right, you know, humans, are we going to evolve uglier, right? Because I'm thinking a lot of people nowadays is having plastic surgery, right? So you're having plastic surgery, so when you meet a girl, say like if I have plastic surgery, say like me, right, I'm like a sort of bog standard looking bloke, right? If I have plastic surgery, let's say, I think my nose is a bit too small, right? So let's say if I had my nose made a bit bigger, I've always fancied having my ears pinned forward, so I could have my ears pinned forward, and I quite fancy having my teeth darkened and all. So if I had all that done, right, it's going to make me better looking. So then I might get off with a girl what's had all that stuff done, what's made her better looking. Really, if we hadn't had all the work done, we'd probably be mingers and would have never had kids. But now we're going to have kids, and this kids is going to be mingers, innit? So are we going to evolve as humans to be mingers, you know what I mean? Who knows? Who knows? Right, now look, never mind evolution. Look, listen, concentrate. Try and concentrate on the painting. It don't matter about evolution. We're painting, look. Listen, look. That, I've got like a spiky brush there, and I'm just stippling now on top of that wet that's all dried. I've dried it with the thorough dryer. That's all dried now, so I'm stippling now, and that's looking like little tiny leaves. So I'm not painting all them leaves in separately. I'm just painting little tiny leaves with like a bashed up brush. It's like a stiff bristled brush with all the end bashed up. But I tell you what you can do, if you get your hike brush and dry it and bash the end up, that'll work. That works brilliant for this technique. Or whatever brush you've got, if you dry it and bash the end up, it'll split the hairs on the end of the brush, and that'll work brilliant for this technique. And then you can do stippling. And I've just got a brush what's got the end, it's designed with the end bashed up ready. So I suppose in a way it makes me other brushes last longer because I'm not continually bashing the ends up. But if you're bashing the end of a cheap brush up, or a hike brush is a cheap, a lot of synthetic brushes, they bash up well. They're quite cheap anyway, so. But I bought that. Well, I'll probably not buy no. They're called special effects brushes. I'll probably not buy no more. But I've got them, so I'm going to use them. In it. I was thinking about back to evolution, because you don't just learn how to watercolour on this channel. You learn a bit of education, right? Human beings. How do we know if we've finished evolutionising, right? We might end up, who knows, we could end up with wings. We might evolve to our wings one day so we can fly. We're flying about in planes and that, so obviously we want to fly. So maybe that's the first start. Eventually, probably not need planes, we're going to grow wings. Be flying about like birds. Did you know birds eat worms? Can you imagine eating worms? Oh, birds eat worms. Oh dear. I'm glad I'm a bloke. I'm sorry. That was what's it called? That was a homogenistic joke. I'm sorry. I'm only joking. I'm playing. Listen, let's concentrate on, never mind education, let's concentrate on painting. Yeah, that's not education, that's me being silly. I need to grow up. Right. So I've done my stippling. now, well, I've done my stippling on left hand side. Now I'm doing my stippling on right hand side. These are darker because these are pine trees. Pine trees are really, really dark green, aren't they? So I think, I'm just whacking it in here. Just whacking it in fast. And there, look, that's like the bottom branches and that. So you imagine like painting branches on that bottom, because they are branches, they've just got leaves on them. So you still paint your leaves like the branches. A lot of these pine trees in this country, in England, the branches sort of face upwards. And some in other countries, they seem to sort of face downwards. But on this picture what I'm using, this photograph, they're facing upwards, so I'm curving all my, just as though I'm painting branches, curving everything upwards, just as, because that's what they are, they're branches with leaves on them, innit? That's how they've evolved, innit? I wonder if humans in the future will evolve with massive heads, just like a massive head, because I'm thinking his brain's getting bigger. I think brains need to get bigger. I think brains are overrated. I've never had one and I'm doing alright. They're overrated. It's like, I think brains do need to get bigger, but your brain's like a phone, innit? There's only so much storage what your brain can hold, then it's like at full capacity, so don't try to learn too much, you know what I mean? There's only so much. Take it steady. Don't try and learn everything, it don't matter. You know, when they go in and study for all these examinations and that, I won't bother, you know what I mean? Well, not saying I won't bother. Go do your exams, right, and enjoy them. Enjoy them. If you're young watching this and you're doing your exams, or if you're an older student, enjoy them, but don't panic about them. Go in, relax, enjoy them, enjoy the learning. See, a lot of kids waste their learning when they mess about at school. See, if I could have my time again, I wouldn't have acted the fool at school. When I was at school, I tried to make people laugh. I wasn't even very good at it. Now I've turned out a right prat. So, concentrate, kids. You've got time to do your art. Your art lessons are the relaxing ones. But it's very difficult to make money out of art, so concentrate on your maths. Maths is a good one. And your English. Concentrate on your English. Make sure you learn how to speak it properly. Yeah? You don't want to be like some gibbering fool. It's like, if you're doing something like this, what I'm doing, yeah, you've got to learn how to paint, but I also need to know how to speak properly, innit? I don't want to come across like some ignoramus that can't speak, you know what I mean? So concentrate while you're at school, yeah? Yeah, see, it's all educational, innit? Innit? Right, let's concentrate on this painting. You need to concentrate. F is for thinking, P is for planning. Yeah, so I planned it when I sketched it all out, and now I'm sat back looking and thinking while I'm painting. Yeah, and keep sitting back and having a look. That's another brilliant little tip for you. Keep sitting back and having a look while you're painting, because the further back you are, the better you can see it. When you look at a painting, yeah, it's up on a wall, innit? You don't stand like a foot away from it. When you're painting it, stand a foot away from it. And if you notice, a lot of these brushes has got long angles on them. Do you know why they put a long angle on a brush? They put a long angle on a brush so you can hold it towards the end of that angle and sit back while you're painting it. Do Do you know what I mean? Do you know what I'm saying? Do you know what I'm saying? That's why they does it. Look, stippling. So concentrate, will you? I've gone back in with a slightly darker colour, my same little stippling brush, and I'm just stippling it in. If you get your rigger brush, your hike brush, and bash the end up like I said, it becomes a stippling brush. Or your synthetic brush, whatever you've got. You don't need any special brushes. You can do this style of painting with like a big synthetic brush, or you can use out. You can, if you noticed on some bits, I've been dabbing my fingers in and painting with my fingers. Oil painters use a little palette knife thing, don't they? What I do with this, I'll just tell you now. What I do with this is I'm painting fairly fast and loose now. So whack it all in, and then when the majority on it's whacked in, I chill out a bit, and I leave it, and then I just sit back and I look at it, and then we're going to come back. Maybe it's tomorrow, maybe it's next day, but it's a good way to do it. Do it in 2 stages. Do a painting, sit back, relax, have a look at it, and then go in and sort of fine detail it, make it look properly. You know what I mean? See how my stippling, as I'm getting closer, it's getting like a bit more of a stipple, and further away it's a bit more of a stroke. And I don't know if you noticed back there, but I was dabbing my fingers in as well and smudging bits in the background to make them look further away. I'm not bored, I'm just shattered. It's been a very, 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 very busy day. Been a busy day. It's been a nice day. Doofus has been out on garden playing with pepperoni. Doofus and stepbrother. I live here with my mum and my stepdad, Arthur, and then my stepbrother, Doofusitis. We all live here in this house together. And me and Doofus in his mid-40s. And it's good. But Doofus, he does get on my nerves sometimes. Right, here look, I'm stippling a really dark in now. So I do more towards, and what I'm doing, I'm negative painting. So I'm painting around, so the light colours is the edges of the closest bushes, and I'm painting around the edges. That's called negative painting. So I'm creating the shape of the bush by putting the dark colour up next to the light colour, so the edge of the bushes and the edge of the trees are light, and the bits behind it are the dark bits. See what I'm saying? Can you see what I'm saying? Yeah? So like on that left hand side there, you can see I've pulled out some light bushes. Oh, yes. You don't have to be insane to be an artist, but it helps. It does help. It does help. Innit? Sometimes I make myself laugh. Yeah, it's look at that. Oh, yeah. Can you see how they're looking like bush shapes now? And negative painting where I've painted around my bushes, so the light bits is the hedge of the bushes. And I'm just stippling in. There we are. Look, dabbing. That's basically by dabbing, doing a bit of finger painting. That is softening some of the background. Then I do less as I get closer, because closer's not going to be, your softer edges are going to be further away, and your sharper edges are going to be closer. That's how it works. It's how it works, man. There we are. It's science. Painting is a science. Should be taught as a science in school. See, painting, for most people, painting's an hobby, innit? It's an hobby. So you've got to enjoy it, and because it's a nice, relaxing hobby, it can help you with the more stressful bits of life. You know how you get your stressful bits. I came to go to work and do as you're told and all that. This helps with all that. It helps. Because it makes you calm. You know, if you're driving and some git cuts you up, this helps. It helps relax you. You know what I'm saying? Oh, here, look. I'm sticking now. See that? See that's blue? Sticking some blue in, right? Watch what I do. Watch what I does in a minute. Still following like where them branches, them trees going on that bottom bit. But yeah, just like follow the contours of my tree sort of thing. Do you know what I mean? So following the contours of my tree. There, I've stuck some red in there. That, because the blue, I wanted the blue in for the mixture of the colour, but blue takes things further away. It's a cold colour, so the red now, not only is it going to make an interesting cut, because I'm basically just wanting a dark colour here, but instead of just using one boring dark green, I'm using reds and blues, but the red will pull a thing closer and the blues will push it back. But when you're using thick dark colours like this, because they're thick dark colours with fairly sharp edges on them, it tends to pull it close to you anyway. So don't think because you're using blue you're going to be pushing it back, because you're not using that thicker paint. It's we're just making an interesting dark colour. When you've got your real dark colours, they tend to be on your closer bits anyway, so they pulling things closer. You've always got to be thinking about your 3 dimensions. You're making a 1-dimensional piece of paper look like it's a 3-dimensional world. We live in a 3-dimensional world, apparently. So everything what you look at in real life is 3-dimensional. I didn't know that. I went to cinema to see a 3B film, and I says to Esmeralda, my missus, like, I says, I want to watch this film. She says, why? She says, because I want to see what stuff looks like in 3 dimension. And she says, everything what you look at's in 3 dimension. She accused me of being an idiot. I can't believe it. I can't believe she speaks to me like that. Yeah, that's another thing, another bit to my family. Esmeralda, that's my girlfriend. She thinks she's cleverer than me, but I don't think she is. Doofus's girlfriend's Donna Kebab. I don't know why she puts up with him. She does. Doofus is just a lunatic. Anyway, popping some shadows in, making them shadows look a bit stronger. See, them trees are that dark, so I'm thinking I need quite a dark shadow. And it's pulling it all closer again, look, these real darks. And then if you want to infiltrate your really bright light colours, you need really dark colours up against them to infiltrate them. You know what I'm saying? So, right, what I need now is on my left hand side. I'm going to need some dark colours. Look, oh yes, look at that. Beautiful, really beautiful. It's a beautiful looking painting. Beautiful, beautiful painting. It's beautiful. There we are, some real darks. Them real darks now. So this is sort of the last stage of these trees on the left. That's the last stage. There we are. Is that my left? I get my left and my right. No, that's my right, innit, what I'm painting on now. Get my lefts and my rights confused, don't I? No, that's my left, innit? Yeah, it's my left. I've got a left arm and a right arm. Some people's only got one arm. If I've had an accident or something. Oh, here we go. I'm at the end. See you on beach.